Big difference. Look at this. That's huge. Huge difference. Oh my goodness. In today's video, I am reviewing the brand new, I know I'm excited too, Australian Gold Vanishing Nude Tint. And we're gonna compare it with the Fair to Light version. Years ago, Australian first came out. Was it Angie off of Hot and Flashy that got all of us on board? The Australian Gold mineral sunscreen trend, was it? Let me know.
Perfectly sheer with zero white cast. It has a low luster, almost matte finish.
Who did you first see posting about the Australian Gold? It only came in one shade, and that shade was always too dark for me. Then, years later, they got on board, they came out with 3 shades, and they changed the tint. The tint was like cool toned, and they moved it to a warmer toned orange pool, and a lot of people could no longer wear the Australian Gold Mineral. If you were like me, you suffered through it because it was just such a great formula, especially for staying put and being water resistant. It was my go-to formula for pool and beach situations. But the Fair to Light was always still too dark for me, and I would have a line on my neck. Well, I think Australian Gold has finally gotten the hint that a lot of us vampire, pale, void of color people with sunscreen enthusiasts wanted a lighter shade. So they came out with the Vanishing Nude. And it is 5 fluid ounces. I am wearing this one again today. I've been wearing it for 7 days, y'all. This is day 7. I apologize for my hair being wet. We're getting ready to go leave and visit my family in Asheville, and I wanted to get this video out this week because I know y'all are so excited to see this and see if you want to purchase it for yourselves. New sunscreen day. Actually, it's 2 new sunscreens. They have a new Vanishing Nude tint. Let's see what it looks like. I'm gonna put both on my face, one on each side, and we'll compare the tints. Both are fragrance-free, hypoallergenic. The Vanishing Nude is 5 fluid ounces, which makes me think that this is supposed to be like for face and body, because this one specifically says face sunscreen here on the packaging. This one is 2.5 fluid ounces. Let's see here on the back. They both have 4% titanium dioxide and 4% zinc oxide as the UV filters. The only thing I have on my face today is I did put the D'Alba toner on. I'm almost finished with this bottle. I do not like the fragrance. I don't like the scent of this, but I like that it's hydrating. Here's the size comparison. Obviously this one is twice as much product as this one. We'll go over price point, the wrap up at the end as well. I'm curious. Let's see the difference on my hand here first. All right, this is the Vanishing Nude. Okay, I need a towel. All right, and this is the Fair to Light shade. Yeah, look at this. This is a big difference, y'all. Big difference. Look at this. That's huge. Huge difference. Oh my goodness. Look how orange the Fair to Light is. This one is also pulling slightly orange, but like a peachy. I'm excited to try this. I like to put 1/4 teaspoon on my face, but since we're just doing half a face, we're gonna do half of 1/4 teaspoon. So this is a thicker texture. Hopefully it'll still be matte like it was. And now I've worn this for years, even when it was just the one shade, because I liked that it was matte. It was and water resistant, right? Are they still water resistant? Let's look. Yes, both are still water resistant 80 minutes, because this was my go-to for the pool because it did not budge. So we're gonna do half my face, and it's mineral, so I should be able to put it around my eyes. I'm gonna stop talking, we're gonna speed this up. Let's try this one. Oh, I gotta wipe out my little teaspoon here, my little 1/4 teaspoon. We're just gonna put a little bit in here. Okay, it seems to be the same consistency. Look how much better of a tint that is. Y'all, I am so excited. Okay, look, this you can see the difference. Same shade as my skin. So if you need a little more coverage, I wonder if we could mix them, because they look the same. They look like the same ingredients to me. but this is so orange. This is definitely, for those of you who did not like the original formula, the tint was bad, this is the way to go. Vanishing Nude is the way to go. Wow, what a difference. Thank you, Australian Gold, for coming out with a tint that actually works for those of us with fair skin. Twilight. Twilight skin. Okay, I'm gonna give this some dry down time. Okay, it's been 12 minutes. I feel like it's finally dried down. It feels slightly tacky. This side more so than this side. This side honestly doesn't feel that tacky at all, maybe right here. But this side feels tackier. I think it dried down to a natural leaning matte. I think depending on your skin type, this may look more matte on you. So if you have normal leaning dry, I think this is gonna look very matte on you. If you have, like I do, normal leaning oily, it looks more of a natural finish. So maybe a soft matte. I feel like everybody uses different terms for all of those. So I'm trying to give you a variety of what I think it would be like. Definitely see how orange it is and how much darker it is. Look, that's just perfect match for my skin tone, but it provides no coverage. The Vanishing Nude, I'm not getting any coverage over here. I wanted to show you, I'm actually gonna wash my face and I'm gonna put this all over it and then put makeup on top and see how it wears. Because I've got two awesome videos I'm filming for y'all that may already be out by the time you watch this. I'm doing one on AI and how AI is being used to detect skin cancer. And then I've got another one on how to prevent sunburns that I'm gonna film today. I'm really excited about those two. So I don't want to be, you know, what's the character, not the Joker, but is it Harley Quinn that has a different, I don't want to be Harley Quinn. I'm going to go ahead and put this all over my face, put makeup on, and I'll be right back. Okay, what do we think? My Misha BB cream went on fantastically on top of the sunscreen. It went on absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I do think the sunscreen has mattifying properties. Yes, I did put on a matte powder on top, but there's very little glow showing through it. It's definitely a mattifying sunscreen. So it's definitely the same as it used to be. I love it. I can't wait to continue wearing this. Oh my goodness. This one's too dark, but I have a friend who's darker than me, or my sister. You're getting this. You're getting this one. I completely forgot to tell you that it does not sting my eyes. I put this all around my eyes. No burning or stinging sensation. I actually accidentally got it in my eyeball on this side, on my contact, and my contact was all smudged. I had to take out my contact, rinse it off, and put it back in. So, and it's fine now. So I just want to tell you, good job, Australian Gold. Good job. I've just been working today, editing videos, and I wanted to show you, I have on the Australian Gold. This is after 3.5 hours. I'm getting ready to go reapply. And I need to put makeup on too today, but this is what it looks like. I think it looks very nice. On me, it's more of a natural leaning matte. Like some areas of my face, there's a little bit of a glow from the light bouncing off, and then others look more matte, so. That's what it looks like if you go barefaced with just the sunscreen on. Okay, this builds up beautifully on top of itself. No peeling issues. I did have it gather in my eyebrows a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I have no makeup on today, so we're just gonna pile on the sunscreen today and see how well. But I don't have the color build up that the other tints have because this is so fair. It pretty much shears out on me. I did work in smaller sections because it's drying quicker, the second layer did, than the first layer did. So I'm very, very happy with how it looks. I failed to introduce myself in this video. Hi, I'm Sean, Melanoma Mom. Welcome to my channel. I do sunscreen review videos once a week to help you save money and help you find the best sunscreen for your skin type and skin tone. I think you can tell I'm excited for this one, not this one. Yes, I've been wearing this for 7 days. I can't stop wearing it. It is a matte finish. It does not add coverage on my face. All of my freckles and my old acne scars and my rosacea, it all still pops through. So if you're looking for coverage, maybe go with the fair to light shade. However, this one is very orange, as you saw. Okay, so if orange does not work on your skin tone, just beware. This one also does lean orange, but because it is such a light tint, I don't think you can tell it on my skin. Like, I wore this one day without putting any foundation on top and it did not look orange on me. But when I wiped my face afterward to take the sunscreen off, the washcloth was orange. If you have very desert dry skin type, skip this. That has always been the #1 complaint that people have with this very popular sunscreen, is that it sucks moisture out of your face. Those of us with oily, leaning normal skin types, we don't have that issue because our skin is producing those oils. I also live in a very humid climate here in South Carolina. I don't have an issue with this sucking the life and the hydration out of my skin. It does a great job of mattifying throughout the day. With this, I don't get a shine. I put it on in the morning, I could reapply throughout the day. No shiny face on me, which I absolutely love. Talk about reapplication. One of the other problems that the Australian Gold had was those of us who are fair, you might have been able to get away with one layer, but once you reapplied, the color just built upon itself and it got darker and darker and darker. This one does not do that. I reapplied it 3 times on my face one day and it did not change the tint on my face. It remained vanishing, vanishing tint. It's still the same great 80 minutes water resistant. Our pool just opened, so I will be testing this out in the pool again. I don't expect to have a problem because I did test it out on the elliptical. I ran, I think it was 30 minutes. And then I had to go take my child to school and then I got back on for another 30 minutes and the water just beads up and falls off your face. So it stayed put. Speaking of staying put, to get this off, I recommend a double cleanse method, okay? So either use a balm, a cleansing balm, or a cleansing oil as your first go through, and then follow that with your regular cleanser, facial cleanser for the skincare benefits. So that's my recommendation to get it off. All right, I have 3 layers of the Australian Gold on. No other makeup. I never made it to putting on a full face of makeup today. My daughter ended up staying home sick. Clinique, take the day off. Also, La Roche-Posay, back to back. That's what I'm taking mine off with today. Because this still has a slight tint, I would be hesitant to wear it with anything white. I put it on today with this light purple. It had no issue. Before, with this fair to light, I was getting it all over my clothing. But this one, as long as it's not white, it doesn't seem to be an issue. I do have a video somewhere if you get sunscreen tint stains on your shirt. I have a video explaining how to get rid of that, like my method, what I do for laundry care to get rid of that tinted sunscreen off of your clothing. Okay, price point. Let me look back here on the website. $18.99 for 5 fluid ounces. That's a fantastic price. Now I remember years ago, do y'all remember? It was, I want to say, was it 2.5 or was it 3? I don't remember what the original fluid ounces was, but it was only $10. It was a big bottle. It was only $10. And then they slowly upped it. The next time I reviewed it, it was $15. Well, now it's almost $20. Right now, for me, it's only showing up on the Australian Gold US website. Hopefully they'll start putting it out in stores because I think it's really great and they would sell a lot of it if they put it back into Target and Ulta and on Amazon. The kicker is the shipping. When I went to purchase this, I had 2 shipping options, FedEx and UPS, and it gave me different price points for both. FedEx charged $12. Okay, UPS was more. FedEx was $12. I chose the $12 shipping. And so that adds on to the price, right? I bought both of these with $12 shipping. I still think it's worth the cost. You have to decide that for yourself. Australian Gold, I know you probably won't see this video, but if you do, let's get this into stores, please. All right, let's look at the ingredients. I'm gonna pop both up here side by side because I know a lot of you are wondering if you can mix this. I don't typically mix sunscreens because I am not a chemist. And I don't want to mess up. I know that sunscreens are formulated very specifically. So if you mix like your foundation into your sunscreen or a moisturizer into the sunscreen, you could potentially be lessening the efficacy of the sunscreen. And I know some people will mix like a mineral sunscreen with a chemical sunscreen. I don't do that either because they are formulated very specifically. But this one, they seem very, very close. Let me know, would you consider, if you wanted a shade between these, mixing them? Let's do a little mixing on my hand. Because what if you're a shade in between these two? You know, will it take down the orange? I don't know. All right, so I've got a little dot of each. It's orange. Yeah, that's what they look like mixed. Maybe like to get a little extra coverage, you just need mostly this and a smidge, but I feel like it's gonna come out orange. Right now, this side of my face is not orange. So you got 4% titanium dioxide, 4% zinc oxide in both, which doesn't sound like a lot. Now, take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt, okay? I have read and have heard from viewers and also from watching Michelle off of Lab Muffin Beauty Science, Dr. Julian Sass, Glow by Ramon. There are other ingredients help bring about the SPF 50 that may not necessarily be the active UV filters. I'm not an ingredient specialist, okay? So again, a grain of salt. Other ingredients listed here in the inactive ingredients that is helping to boost the SPF factor of this sunscreen. Because the question I frequently get is, because it has such a low percentage of mineral UV filters, is it effective? Do you notice the effects of UVA and UVB? And I would say no. I don't experience any sunburning. Now, I cannot tell the UVA, the aging ones, the UV that causes the skin cancer, because that doesn't present itself as a sunburn. That's just going to go ahead and cause damage. But I haven't noticed anything. So that's just my personal experience. Yes, I do trust this to be the SPF 50 that it says on the package, unless some test comes out, some independent study, or the FDA declares this to not be the SPF that's on the package. You know, I will present that information. But right now I have to take the company's word for it and put in my own experience with this product of using it year after year after year. For 5+ years probably. I hope this was helpful. If you have any more questions for me, leave in the comment section. Sometimes I like to do little short review videos. I'll respond to you with a short, or sometimes I'll just respond to you with a comment. I love hearing your feedback on the videos as well as the sunscreens. Not every sunscreen is made for everybody's skin type. So while this one is wildly popular, if you've had a bad experience of it, that is still valid, a valid experience. So leave your positive and negative reviews down below. Let us know what skin type you have, whether it's dry, normal, or oily. Let us know what climate you live in, because all of those things factor into how a sunscreen lays on our face. Today's a great day to wear sunscreen. I'm gonna be continuing to wear this one. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.